Hey there. Well, I'm doing alive, I guess. A little tired here, and I'm sorry about my foundation and all that stuff. I run out, and um, yeah. Oh, this look is gonna have to do for today. At least I found some kind of foundation. It's really not. It's just like a contour that's actually I used all the way because it's all gone now. But I mean, skin looks clear to me to some extent. It's hard to some extent. Anyway, I think I got some on my hair. Oh, damn. Oh, well. Oh, well. So what am I talking about today? Yeah, I'm talking about a live, that I came across, and, um, some things that I want to talk about. I mean, like, I've talked about other, different situations of, what's it called, beefs, I guess you could say. Um, oh, I didn't realize you had a leash on. Bella, come here. But, excuse me. Basically, I'm talking about a beef that went through, just recently. Um, basically, just want to talk about that. So, somebody I'm subscribed to that I have talked about before, and I kind of I liked her a lot because I kind of related to her before, like early, especially her early videos. That's why I subscribed to her. It's specifically because of her early videos, and her early videos seemed really relatable for me personally. So I just went with it from there. But upon noticing some new information, it's kind of like, different now. I gotta say, I don't like to speak against people if I don't know enough. I just looked at her channel, and from my perspective, I'm not a hater of the biracial people, especially being someone who is divested and a swirler. I mean, I'm literally one of those people who create the existence of those type of people. So it's like, to me, weird. So I know that she was like one of those people that like basically hated on biracial people. But I went on her channel and I saw like how she was talking about calling biracial women Becky or something like that. And I was like, oh, I know you called them that. Um, I used to be on her live often. Like I would talk in their live chat and stuff. And I never really experienced that big of a problem, but later on I started to, because at first, like, if I would call her, um, I would find that there was a problem sometimes. Like, the first time I called her, and didn't say who I was talking about. I'm talking about Crystal Swirls. And there's this other lady. I don't really want to talk about the whole beef situation between the two because it's just a little different to me. And plus, I have my negative and positive things to say, basically, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, like. But, from my personal experience when it comes to crystal swirls, it's just like, I've said this in the past. I don't know if I've said it in videos, but, when I would call, it would always be where they would call me a white girl. And it was always like that, no matter what I was talking about. The first time I really got it, they were about to drag me, and I had to be like, hey, I actually do have a channel, and that was me on the phone, and then they kind of looked at my channel, and then she actually told them to subscribe to me. I got a couple subscribers from that, like a couple. Um, so I never was really too upset about that, but I mean, I never realize she had any issue with biracials either. I would say I was mixed on there. Now, I've never said that I was biracial because I'm not, but as far as mixed, I would say I had mixed ancestry several times. I said that. I would say my father was mixed, all that stuff. Nobody really had an issue with that, you know. And so I just thought that, I always thought that, like, mixed people were okay. I thought, I don't know, I just always assumed that they were okay. But then later on, it got weirder. Like, one point, this one lady, she was just always angry at me, and it was one of her, because she had one of her mods that were okay with me. She always recognized me as a black woman, and so she was okay with me. But I see, now that I see it, I get what's going on. It's just like, if they see you as a black woman, then they accept you. If they don't see you as black, if they see you as mixed, then they don't accept you. And so that's the problem, basically. But one of the other ladies, she was like really, really argumentative with me and things of that nature, like really angry for no reason. Like she would just like tell people I was a troll or something, or like really pay close attention to what I was saying as if I was like doing something wrong or something, even though I was agreeing like everybody else. And, you know, honestly, with the divestment movement and swirling in general, not just this specific channel, I've experienced situations, especially with Twitter, like divestment and swirling Twitter, they seem really they seem easily angered by everybody, okay? Like they're angry. I've seen people say like there's no place for divestment or swirling for biracial women. And then also like people like me, for example, who I mean, I don't look like a black and white biracial. I don't. Because I'm not, you know. And like they would always act like towards me like I'm not dark enough. I did something wrong because I'm not dark enough. You know, I must be a bleacher. I must be wanting to be white, or you know, you're just not accepted basically. And it's weird because like to me, from my perspective, it's like what the fuck am I supposed to do if my skin tone isn't pleasing you? Like what the fuck am I supposed to do? You know, and like usually they would just generally avoid me or ignore me, which was nice because it was like if you have like negative thoughts because you don't like someone's skin tone, maybe you should just not talk to them, you know, kind of thing, you know. And you know, I always noticed that, but I just kind of like ignored it mostly because I could go on other places and then they're just generally okay, it seems like. And so it was just like, whatever. But it's just upsetting when you see like some people who are just like, you know, um, really argumentative and angry and hostile towards biracial and mixed race and lighter skinned black women. Um, just off of their skin tone. That's just weird to me. Um, and I mean, like, I don't really understand why people are that way, but I feel like when divestment sectors are that way, it's more so based off of the fact that they aren't really divested. They aren't really spoilers because why would you care that someone was biracial and mixed race if you're only upset because you think that they're preferred over you by black men? I thought you didn't like black men. Like, for me personally, I've seen this happen way too many times. Where, like, at my job and different aspects of life, there will be light skinned, mixed race women, and women who are, like, my color, a little lighter, and they have more black features, like the nose is, like, you know, different, and they have more African features, basically. And, you know, there will be situations where black men will give them attention. The problem was never me, though. I would never be upset at that. I would always prefer that because I'm not attracted to black men. My problem would always be when the black man would turn to me and have some type of interest, and then the lighter mixed race women would more so have an issue with it because, well, they'd be angry because some would be angry because I think because maybe because of that. I'm not really sure, or if it just was just more so seen as competition. Personally, for me, the way I was always like, could you just listen to me before you get angry kind of situation. Like, we don't have to be focusing on what he wants because black women and women in general need to understand it's what you want too. It's not just what he wants. I mean, like, if the 600-pound, 80-year-old man wants you, are you really gonna want him? Like, seriously. So that's why you have to try and see, what does a woman want? Does she want him too? Don't just judge people and try and get angry at people because a black man came to them. You don't know if that woman is going to actually want him. You know what I mean? And that's what I noticed with different types of men, with women. No, I mean different types of women, who are mammies and things of that nature, like the light skinned ones, the mixed race ones, the ones my color, mixed race or black, the black people dark skinned, etc. It would always be where they focus on that man. If he gave attention to you, they're gonna get mad at you. When it's like, did you pay attention? I don't want him. Okay, I don't want him. I'm not attracted to him. I've never been interested in him. If you understood what was going through my head, you'd be so satisfied right now because you know there'd be no chance I'd ever be with him. So it's just like, when people get mad at lighter skinned mixed race women because of a black man, they're mammies. They're mammies. Otherwise, if they weren't mammies, they wouldn't be